Hey guys, Mr. Cheese Gaming here, and welcome back to more of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. Last time we got right ahead and, well, we rode our bicycle around Cycling Road just to try to get the best time. In this part, well, we're gonna pay a visit to Verdanturf Town, or at least get there. However, I just want to say, I got right ahead and got rid of my Nincada and replaced it with a proper HM slave, which is HM Power, a Zigzagoon, and I got right ahead and cut it, cut and Rock Smash. So we should be all set. You do need Rock Smash to go up north, and north is actually where you're supposed to go. However, I prefer to go this way, to Route 117. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and immediately talk about the new Pokemon here. First up is Roselia, a grass poison type Pokemon that can only be found in Ruby and Sapphire, not in Emerald. It has a pretty decent special attack and pretty good grass type attacks. However, it becomes much better in later generations where it can evolve. Unfortunately, in Generation 3, it does not evolve whatsoever. The two mother Pokemon you can find are Volbeat and Illumise, or Illumise, however you want to pronounce it. There's like two different pronunciations. People call it Illumise, the anime calls it Illumise. I'm just gonna call it Illumise because that's how I always pronounce it. They act like Blistle and Minun, however they don't have quite as good stats, plus their abilities don't really work well together. And Volbeat is more offensive, while Illumise is more defensive. Really, if you want a double battle strategy, go ahead for Blistle and Minun. Now, here's a new feature in this game. It was introduced in Generation 1, which is the Daycare Center. And introduced in Generation 2, you can have breeding. That's right, you can put your two Pokemon in here and they can breed and they can lay eggs. Of course, they're actually sorted by egg group, so you actually have to look in. What I never understood is that Skitty and Wailord are in the same egg group, which means, yes, they can do it. Gross. And new move that didn't teach it. Yeah, watch out for that because they can automatically learn moves if you leave it there. So I actually don't really like using it unless you have a Magikarp and want to evolve it into Gyarados, and just keep it in there as long as you want. Anyways, let's go underneath and collect some berries. Again, I never understood why they glow when you pick them. Nor do I understand why the entire plant disappears when you pick two berries. It's like they die right after they give birth. It's like, how do they manage, considering there's wild Pokemon all around, how do they even manage to, well, not go extinct? Try to avoid that trainer, but oh well. Listen, could I get you in a battle of the Pokemon I'm raising? Yes, a new trainer class coming up, which is a breeder. They're actually known to use a full party of just weak Pokemon. However, breeders are very good at gaining experience, and there is one breeder you can get the phone number from, so you can just go ahead and challenge him over and over again for very good experience. Of course, it's gonna have to be a time when he wants to battle as well. So how are you guys doing? When I'm recording this, well, I'll be uploading this the day on Christmas Eve, but while I'm recording this, I actually just got back from my college finals. I'm very concerned because I did not do well. It's kind of funny, like, there was this one class that I did very well with, which is my programming class, but when it got into the finals, I'm pretty much stumped. And I pretty much failed it for a stupid reason. I probably could have done much better. It's just that these two files were in the wrong directories and just kind of messed me up there. Ironically, so I know that I actually failed that test, but ironically, my politics class, which I absolutely dislike, I ended up getting a passing grade in that. So yeah, I'm surprised none the least. Too bad I just hope that it average for my programming it averages together so at least I pass my major. I'm not so upset if I end up having to take it again for the next semester. I'm more upset because that's going to affect my financial aid. It's not good. By the way, here's something interesting. Oh, those trainers aren't gonna fight me. But anyways, here's something interesting. There is actually a straight path all the way through this. That's right, once you fight these two trainers, including this bug maniac, there's actually a straight path right between Mobile and Verdant Turf. It's very helpful for breeders. If you're like breeding Pokemon and you just want the eggs to hatch, or you're just waiting for your Pokemon to actually lay an egg, just take your bag of skull and go back and forth and you can breed eggs like crazy. Because it's actually not time-based, it's actually based on how many steps you take. So you can't like stand still and wait for 3 hours, you actually have to take a few steps, and since they always put a path right outside of the breeder, it's actually very nice. And yes, take a look, just a few steps forward and we already reached Verdant Turf. However, I'm just gonna go ahead and fight the rest of the trainers anyways. Besides, there's a few items anyways you want to get. I think Lydia also gives you the phone number, but I could be completely wrong. I'm gonna have to stick with Water Gun because... But then again, ground type moves don't affect Wingull anyways, because it's flying type. So whatever I was thinking, I may never know. Like I said, you can only find Roselia in the Ruby Sapphire version. You cannot find them in Emerald. So for those who are planning to bring Roselia up to Gen 4, be disappointed. I'm even more disappointed that Lee ended up getting poisoned. Oh well, Lee can live with it. I can just go right back to the Pokemon Center. Thankfully, I already have a status condition, so I can't get paralyzed since I'm already poisoned. That's what I like about Pokemon. Unless you're confused or infatuated, you cannot have two additional status conditions. Unfortunately, this also leaves room for parafusion, being both paralyzed and confused, because that means that you only have a 25% chance of attacking. People find that annoying, and I do too. I also never understood how could a fish fight on land. It actually happens a lot in Pokemon. Even in the 3D games, they never explain that. Well, they just have Golden floating above, but The only Pokemon that is actually known to be able to fly in the air is Wilmer. Well, actually Wilmer's evolved form, Willord. Yes, I kid you not. If you actually calculate the mass and size of Willord, you will actually come to the well, you can determine its mass based on its weight, and considering its size, you can also calculate the volume, and from there you can conclude that Willord is indeed lighter than, is actually less dense than air. So, yeah, Willord can fly. Yet I don't think that it actually can learn to fly. Man, I really hate that sound effect. Which is why I'm so happy that they got rid of that mechanic in, I believe Gen 5 is when they poison stop affecting you in the overworld. But actually, right after recording, I have to go ahead and attend this 15-minute class in English. And that's only just to get my grades. Now, if you talk to this trainer right in the center, you don't have to do a double battle. Just a bit of advice. And pathetically, I took it out in one hit as well, so quite impressive. Yeah, it took you out in one hit. That's quite impressive. Concentrate on getting the win. That's how I battle. Well, isn't that how everyone battles? Not even in Pokemon battles, but just battles in general. If you want to lose, well, what's the point? You try to concentrate on the win and that you use Bide against a Pokemon 10 levels ahead of you. Oh, by the way, here's something that they had all the way back in Generation 1. That's right, you can even cut grass. Of course, it has to be in a very small radius. Like, only the grass surrounding you, but aside from that, yeah, you can actually cut grass and avoid wild Pokemon that way. But yeah, take a look. Straight path between Mauville all the way back to Verdant Turf. Now, I'm just going to end this part right here before I go into the town because it actually has the very nice music. But, so, anyways, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Emerald, we're actually going ahead into Verdant Turf Town. I will see you guys then.